Welcome to the second Smaugust video. If this is your first time watching, welcome. Just in case for those of you who don't know, Smaugust is a self-imposed month-long art challenge during August where you typically draw and design a different dragon every day with a different prompt for each day. With that out of the way, let's get into making dragons. To start off day 8 of Smaugust, digital. At first, I was going to make a Ching Ye inspired design. I absolutely love how edgy and creative their artwork is. The way they design their characters, I'm especially fond of the cyberpunk designs with the skull and robot aspects. They were my biggest inspiration when I first started using ArtStation. RIP. However, I didn't feel like I was doing it any justice. I then thought, you know what else is digital? Giant mechs. Specifically, Armored Core 6 came to mind. I love that game a lot. The mechs go hard. I'm very picky when it comes to the kind of giant robot designs I like. Sorry, I'm not a big fan of most Gundam designs. Sorry, not sorry. One of my friends suggested giving it a pile bunker, and that was a damn great idea. I wish I was good at the game, because I still haven't beaten it. I've got a job for you, 621. This is an open call from Balon Group, one of the corporate forces occupying Rubicon. The client doesn't care who gets the job done, as long as it gets done. Now they're asking for you by name. Keep building your rep. Day 9. Cream. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. I totally thought about Balahar when designing this dragon. To avoid making a one-to-one with Balahara, I primarily referenced earless monitors. For the mouth, I used the Port Jackson shark's teeth as the reference. I was thinking of making its head red to resemble a strawberry, especially because the head already had a strawberry-like shape to it, and with the osteoderms looking like seeds. But I decided to just have the mouth red instead. These pests are destroying my crops! They're such a pain to get rid of! Eyeless white monitors do me no good! The only interesting thing I've heard is that sometimes the local archaeologist is able to come across some dug up artifacts. Not really worth it in my opinion. Day 10. Vintage. This one had me stumped because this was a very Euro-American centered prompt, and I wanted to try and see if I could find something outside of that. Really bending the definition of vintage, I got the idea to draw a thunderbird from some indigenous mythologies. But as I read the Wikipedia page, apparently thunderbirds can get into fights with these long underwater mythological panthers called Mishipeshu. Man, just look at these paintings. They already look like dragons. Okay, but don't take this as me saying that anything in myth can be interpreted however you like to your convenience, okay? Rather, I'm just desperately finding a way to draw some indigenous inspired dragons without drawing Quetzalcoatl or Cipatli. We give offerings to the Mishipeshu to hopefully calm down the storms and tides. Understandably, I think it's dangerous. I've always felt the presence and energy from the lake. Just look at the crashing waves, but I don't think it's as bad as we think it is. I've heard rumors from other people that the Mishipeshu are protectors. Maybe we just don't fully understand them yet. For day 11 and 12, Mimicry and Undead. I wanted to combine them because, well, honestly, I'm just really behind. I wanted to try and catch up. At first, I had the idea to illustrate a dragon playing dead like an opossum, but then I decided to lean more into the horror realm. I'm not very good at drawing people, so that was the second most challenging part after trying to figure out the lighting situation. Thankfully, I had a friend to help point me in the right direction. Something terrible exists in those forests. An entire party of adventurers can enter, but I have yet to see a single soul come back. Nothing is worth going into that forest for. I already get anxious just looking in its direction. Day 13. Ironclad. To be honest, I wasn't very happy with the last piece, so I really wanted to self-indulge with this one. Instead of trying to do some realistic animal that integrates metal into its own body somehow, I just wanted to make a cool monster heavily inspired by Mega Aggron. Especially because I just found these multitude of videos called The Wall, which is just people not knowing how to play around Mega Aggron with some music. I primarily looked at pictures of LARPers in armor for the lighting. The dynamic pose was tricky for me, but I managed to pull it off. Listening to dubstep and funk really helped. Cladgrons are largely solitary. They are known to cover vast territories within mountain ranges. They mark their territories with claw marks. You can't miss them. Sometimes smaller animals are able to make homes or retrieve hard-to-reach nutrients from the marks they leave behind. A fight between two Cladgrons can pierce your ears if you're close enough. Day 14. Unfathomable. Initially, I had the idea for a top-down view artwork of some people fishing, and underneath them would be a giant long serpent. You wouldn't be able to tell where it started and where it ended. But then I got the idea to make this dragon part of the ocean. The idea is that it's a sort of giant wave or tsunami that is just stupidly huge. Not exactly unfathomable, but I like the idea anyway. The idea to give it a cartoonish eye was from the movie Pond Man, with the giant fish waves. I had a lot of fun with this one. They say the ocean's alive, you know. I'm not one to believe in fairy tales, but every passing day I spend out onto the water, I get a little bit more convinced. Somehow, the one that never leads me astray, and my catches are always plentiful. I feel like the ocean's watching out for me. And there we have it, the second week of Smaugust. Let me know which one was your guys' favorite below. Any thoughts and feedback are welcome. I think it's funny how I ended both weeks on something ocean related. We'll see how I attempt to catch up or not. I really love seeing all of your guys' Smaugust artwork. Want to check out more of my art? Feel free to check out my card in the description below. Patreon helps me to upload these videos faster, and in return, I post tons of early access artwork and works in progress weeks in advance. Though, it's not required. You guys taking your time to even watch my videos fills me with joy and a drive to keep making these videos. Want to join my art Discord? That's down there too. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Bye-bye.